Hi, welcome to Midday Roast with Team SI. I'm Laney Bird, and with me today is Tanner Ward.
Morning.
Tanner is a senior account executive with us and works with some of our premier auto dealer clients. Midday Roast is a chance for people here at Team SI to share what's going on in marketing and technology and what's going on specifically with our clients and some good tips and tricks that we've learned with our with our clients and with our fans and people out there and our friends.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about reputation management, also called review marketing. But before we get into that, I want to encourage anyone who's watching to go ahead and share their calendars, share their Facebook post online. And if you're watching this right now live, you can go ahead and share it. And if you have a question or comment, you can go ahead and drop your question or comment in, and Grace, our marketing coordinator, will wave and try to catch in the corner of my eye so she can ask her question. All right? And or so Tanner can answer your question. So first off, before we go, a little bit about Tanner. So Tanner, how long have you worked at Team SI?
I've been here for 4 years now.
For 4 years. And what kind of roles have you held at Team SI?
So I started out as a content producer, really just writing a lot of blogs, writing a lot of social media content, and then actually doing reputation management for our clients. And then after about 1.5 years, I moved into senior account executive. So I'm kind of the bridge between Team SI and our clients. I figure out what they need and then bring that back to our team and figure out how we can meet those needs and what kind of campaigns we want to design and what kind of strategies we want to put forth to help them achieve whatever their business goals are.
Yeah, and Tanner's a great strategist too. He's the person who's helping figure out the how to solve the client's problems and does a great job with that. Now, you came to Team SI right out of college, right? So what kind of background in college did you do that helped prepare you for your job?
Well, I was the editor of the newspaper at Ouachita Baptist, so that really helped me get a lot of the writing experience, but also having to plan the newspaper and knowing that it's got to come out every week. We had a strict deadline every Thursday morning, so being deadline driven and knowing that we've got to get this content out there and really kind of designing what we were going to cover. So whether that was putting together a specific strategy or we were doing a special edition, we had kind of a goal in mind, and so I had to figure out what content we were going to produce to meet that goal. And so I've kind of carried that over into what I'm doing at Team SI.
Cool, great. So let's go back to reputation management now. And probably when you started as a content producer, you didn't know what reputation was.
Right.
Reputation management was, or what it was. I think I remember interviewing you with Wes and explaining that to you. And now we consider you, one of our experts in reputation management. So that's been kind of cool watching you embrace that continual learning, always learning value. So why don't you tell us what reputation management is?
Right. So when I first started, I thought that it was just responding to reviews and that was it. But really, reputation management is all about being aware of what people are saying about you, your brand, your company, the people that work for you. And so it's both reactive, so responding to reviews, and if people post comments or they send you messages or anything like that, answering those. But just as much as being reactive, it's also being proactive. So you want to go ahead and get in front of any potential situation that could come your way, and build up a lot of positive reviews, build up a lot of trust with your audience, and then when the inevitable happens, when something bad happens, you're already going to have something to go off, and you're not going to just be playing catch up the whole time.
Right. So why is it important?
Well, because no matter whether you like it or not, people are talking about your company, about the products that you sell, about the experience that they've had working with you. So you want to realize that, and if people are saying bad things about you, if people weren't happy with their purchase, they're not happy with the service that they receive from you, you want to go in and show that you're willing to make it right, and that even though you accept that sometimes things don't go perfect, that you put your customers first, that you find that they're valuable to you, and that you are really willing to put them first and own up to your mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always kind of amazed at how many different kinds of businesses has reviews. And it's just sometimes you can go into Google Maps and look for a specific business, and I mean, like today, I don't know why, but I was looking at a funeral home. It's like, does a funeral home have reviews? Yes, a funeral home has reviews on Google Maps. funeral homes, definitely we work with a lot of car dealers. Any place that actually has a location likely will have a review. I was sitting in the Arkansas Department of Revenue, and they actually had reviews on Google Maps, and nobody was responding to them.
Right.
So the key for you're saying is that we should respond to them, whether positive or negative. We should show the human side of our business and realize that sometimes things are going to go wrong.
Right.
But it's, as the owner or manager of the business, we're going to try to make it right with the customer, put the customer first.
Definitely.
Cool.
And then also, as fast as information travels today, anything negative has a much better chance of going viral today. And people, as soon as something negative comes out, it just gets shared over and over and over again. And so if you're not constantly paying attention and not always aware of what is being said about you, then you have a real chance of missing something big, and that could blow up to much bigger than it would have been had you taken care of it at first.
Right, cool. So to a certain degree, I've read a lot of things lately that says you should treat Google and your Google Maps listing like a business card. What does that mean?
Yeah, so that means when somebody's searching for your business, when they want to find out information about you, the first place that they're going to turn to is Google. And so you want to make sure that everything on Google is going to reflect positively on you. And so I just did a search this morning and looked up one of my clients' listings on Google. And so, right there at the very top, there's one SEM ad, but right underneath that is the name of the client, and then also the next line is their review score. So all of the information that people are going to need, your location, your hours, when you're busy, what day of the week you're busiest, anything like that, all of that is going to be easily accessible on Google. So you want to make sure that everything on there is going to reflect positively, and reputation management obviously has a big role in that, because the second thing that they show is your review score.
Yeah, and it's not even just your Google Maps. When I was thinking really through it, it's what's on that first page of Google when they look for your business. Because a lot of times there's other sites with reviews that'll show up negative or positive. Or, definitely if you're a large business, some people will start aiming for you and creating sites specifically that are negative about you.
Definitely.
So you really need to try to control definitely your Maps listings and claim that listing and cultivate that listing, and make sure you have the right information and pictures and phone numbers, but also that whole first page of Google. And I know we do a lot of that with our clients with our SEO functions. When someone Googles a specific car module, car name, model, we want to make sure not only we appear there once, but to see how many times we can get a ranking from something different for our dealership on the first page of Google.
Definitely. And another thing to watch for is news coverage. Google puts 2 or 3 news stories at the very top, or close to the top of the search results. So if you've got a lot of negative press about you, that's another thing that may even show up higher than your actual website or things that you're putting out there. So if you do have something negative in the news, you want to try and spin that and get in front of that as much as you can.
Okay, so you've said you've been doing this for about 4 years in some way or the other with reputation management. I saw someone call it review marketing in some of the articles we read, and I thought that was a unique way to spin it. But how has it changed over the past couple of years, how we work with review management?
Right. Well, really, now people have more choices than they ever have before when it comes to buying a product, whether it's buying something online, going to a different store. So the reputation that you have out there is even more important today than it was, say, even just 3 or 4 years ago. Because if somebody sees a bunch of negative stuff about you, they know that they can go somewhere else and just as easily get whatever product that they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, definitely as part of their buyer journey, I think it's a natural step for them to check out your location, your company, your store, to figure out if they want to continue on and have this conversation with you and purchase something from you, because it's not just about what I'm buying now and I'm getting a good price, it's how you're going to treat me later as a customer.
Right.
And those reviews really illustrate that. So talk about in 2018, if you're going to say for your local business, if you're going to do one thing with reputation management, what should be your main focus with reputation management? Just do one thing.
Yeah, one thing I would say, just be genuine and be transparent. So like we talked about a minute ago, bad things are going to happen, sometimes maybe worse than others, but one thing you always want to do with PR is, kind of be out there, acknowledge that we're not perfect, we're humans, sometimes things happen, but if something does happen, then we as a company, we as the people who work for this company, are going to take the initiative to make it right. So just be transparent, and bad stuff happens, but own up to it, and I think that people will respect that. Your customers will definitely value that.
Great, that's good advice. Now, one of the big things in 2018 that we've talked about in social media is it's not just being seen, it's engaging your customers. And it's the same thing we talk about SEO. It's not just ranking, it's someone clicking on your link and spending time on your site and engaging with you. How does reputation management help boost engagement? What's the connection there?
So your customers are going to be reaching out to you. So say somebody leaves your review. Obviously, you want to go in and respond to that. If it's a negative review, respond to it. Maybe you can kind of turn the situation around, build a conversation back and forth with them. The next time somebody sees that review, they're going to see, oh, they've taken the initiative. They've kind of reached out to their customer and made things right. But also, if it's somebody leaves a negative comment on a post that you make or something like that, people are going to see that you are willing to have a conversation, and then it's going to kind of break down a barrier. So they're going to feel more open to have a conversation with you. It's going to feel more human, and you can take the situation that could have turned, or that was bad and could have turned even worse, and ended up making it work for you in the long run.
All right. I know that you've dealt with a lot of different negative situations. You have a lot of auto dealers that you work with. So I want you to generically share a negative situation and how it was resolved. I don't want you to tell us the dealer or the make or model of the car. So concentrate on that, but tell us a negative situation and how it was resolved and what you did to resolve it.
So a lot of complaints that we get working with car dealerships is that paperwork takes a long time. So obviously when you buy a car, you've got a month to go get your tags and get it registered and pay your taxes and all that stuff, but if you don't have the paperwork, it's kind of hard to do that. So that's a common thing that we get with a lot of our reviews is, oh, I don't have my paperwork yet. I called them, they said it'd be here a week ago, it's still not here. So what we like to do is, obviously we take a screenshot of the review, get back with our client and figure out exactly what's going on, and then we respond to that, say, hey, this happened, whatever, own up to it, and let the person know that it's coming, or we're working on it. So we get hundreds of reviews a month for our clients, so it's hard to pick just one.
No, I think that's a great example for us to use. But I mean, it's just really important for them to see a response. Now, what kind of time frame do y'all try to respond to?
As quick as you can. So with positive reviews, obviously you want to respond, I would say within 24 hours. If it's a weekend, just Monday when you get back to work. Negative reviews, because that has the potential of going viral and people sharing it and blowing up to be bigger, definitely you want to be as quick as you can. If you can do it within an hour or two of the review being posted, that's ideal. At least put a response and say, thanks for your feedback, we're looking into this and we'll let you know when we have an update or something like that. You don't have to have the answer right away, but at least let them know that, hey, we know you're upset, we know we've done something, we're looking into it.
So why don't you just tell us specifically, like when we go to a new company and do reputation management, how does that process work with the dealer? How do we set that up? When we get a negative review, what does that process look like?
Right, so we work with car dealers, so you'll have things like Cars.com and DealerRater. Really, we'll figure out where people are leaving reviews for your business. So if it's like an Angie's List type of thing, if you're more into home repairs, or obviously Google, Facebook, what we'll do is take all of those sites where you're getting reviews and put them into a monitoring tool, and we will sweep all of your listings once a day, and every afternoon you'll get an email with all the reviews that have come in for your company. And on SI's end, we will actually go in and respond to all the reviews, both positive and negative. With positive, we'll just post a response. If it's a negative review, we will usually...
Wait a second, when you post a response to positive, is it just generic and you copy and paste the same one, right?
No, we try to pick out information from the review and make each response different. You don't want it to look like somebody just puts copy and paste and calls it a day. You want to show that you do appreciate those reviews and that you valued the person's time who went and did something nice for your company. So, but if it's a negative review, what we'll do is take a screenshot of it, and then we'll come up with a response that we would suggest that you put on it. and then we will email that to our client, and they'll say, yes, no, we'd like to edit this a little bit, here's some more information, and then from that we'll put together a response and actually get it posted.
Cool, thanks. So I think, one of the main benefits of using us to do your reputation management is that we actually have a tool that pulls it all into one places. We have experience doing this. We have someone standing by waiting to respond to your reviews and negative. If you have a negative situation, Tanner shared a really simple negative situation. There are a lot more complex ones that I've heard about, a lot more difficult to handle. We've done that before. We have people like Tanner who's done it for 4 years. We have people like Wes Heimer who has done it for 6 or 7 years, who have dealt with your negative experience that you think is a horrific issue. They've seen it, done it, solved it, made your business look good because of the advice they gave you to handle the problem. And it makes a substantial difference to the kind of customers you receive, to your sales, to your referrals, and everyone that comes through online. Any last statement, any last advice you have on reputation management?
Yeah, I would say just make sure that you're taking it seriously, whether you're hiring an agency like Team SI or whether you may not get a ton of reviews a month and you want to just handle it yourself. But it is something that deserves to be, one of your main marketing focuses for 2018, because, like we said, people are talking about you, and you want to be able to kind of frame the conversation that they're having, and that can include responding to them, getting out ahead of it, putting out a lot of positive reviews. Ask your customers to leave you a review. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, we know that you've worked with us for a while, or you had a great experience with us. Would you mind taking a second to leave us a review? And most people would be more than willing to.
That's something that we didn't even talk about, the whole how to get reviews and how to get positive reviews. But yeah, it literally is as simple as asking someone to do it. Yeah, so that it works out that easily. So really appreciate Tanner joining us today for Midday Roast. If you have an issue with reviews or reputation management, I like the concept of review marketing. I think definitely reputation management is part of marketing, and so calling it review marketing, I think, is a unique way to reflect that. But if you'd like more information about review marketing, you can definitely visit with us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram at We Are Team SI, or you can come to our website, teamsi.com, or you can leave a comment on this Facebook post, and we'll definitely have someone to reach out to you to help you solve your reputation management problem. Thanks for joining us.